Hi, I'm Bob.
And I'm Tom from the Bob and Tom Show. And this is Jeff Saturday from the Indianapolis Colts. Jeff's a great guy into a lot of cool things off the field, including Kids Voice.
Kids Voice is a great thing, and Jeff's going to tell us all about it.
Well, Kids Voice is an advocacy group for kids here locally in Indiana. And what that means is they protect neglected and abused children. Something that's been close to my heart. I was raised from a single-parent family, and so I realize how hard things can be and how stressful situations can be. And Kids Voice provides an environment that kids can feel safe and protected, and that's really what it's all about. But you know what? I got a video that'll explain it even better.
Roll the video!
Kids Voice of Indiana, take one!
I am the child. All the world waits for my coming. All the earth watches with interest to see what I shall become. Civilization hangs in the balance. For what I am, the world of tomorrow will be.
Kids Voice is a not-for-profit organization that represents children and their families and provides services to them and for the child's best interest. We do this through 3 different programs. Our Children's Law Center program, which provides statewide services. Our Betty J. Dick Guardian Ad Litem program, which provides services for children whose cases are heard in the Marion Superior Courts. And our Supervised Parent-Child Visitation program, which provides services on site at our office, but serves families throughout central Indiana and at times in other places as well.
Childhood is a most precious time. It is when a person learns to smile, to laugh, cry, say please and thank you. It is a time when all of life's ingredients are poured into a mold and nurtured by those who surround them. However, for many kids, their childhood has been turned upside down or even put in danger. Kids who are victims of abuse, in the middle of a custody fight, or whose only access to a parent is through supervised visitation. It is these children that Kids Voice of Indiana is there for, providing the advocacy support necessary to get that childhood back.
Our Children's Law Center program provides services for 3 different groups of Indiana people. The first is for judges and other attorneys. The second is child service professionals. And the third is for members of the public who are concerned about children and would like some information and referral.
The Kinship Caregivers Initiative is important because there's a growing number of kinship care providers nationally and also in Indiana. Kinship care is the full-time care, nurturing, and protecting of children by relatives or other adults.
The Kids Voice Guardian Ad Litem program represents children here in Marion County, and these are children that have been identified as children who are at risk in family law cases. And the courts have already triaged these families as having a variety of potential problems. And so we are asked to step in and to provide information to the courts on behalf of the children so the courts can make an informed decision as what is in the best interest of these children.
So I get my case file from Claire, and I will go through, read through the file, see what the major issues are, and then I will call the parties and set up an appointment to go out and see them. I try to make sure that I talk with the child in an environment where they feel like they can tell me whatever they want. So if that means going to school on free time, I'll talk to them, during their free time at school or at Cub Scouts or something like that. I take all the information that I've gathered and I put it into one really big report, and then we submit it to the court, and about 10 days later we go to a hearing. I can't even count how many times I've had to say over and over, even in court, look, I'm not here for you or for you, I'm here for the child. I'm here to be the child's voice.
The Guardian Ad Litem is a foot soldier, acting solely in the child's best interest. They are in the legal field of battle, monitoring, examining, evaluating, and advocating for the child. It is a volunteer army, and Kids Voice is always looking for new recruits.
Supervised visitation is actually a parent-child supervised visitation. Kids Voice have parent-child supervised visitation rooms that allow for the child to come and visit with the one adult that has been court-ordered to be in a supervised visitation setting based on a judge that has deemed the child to be endangered. So our supervised visitation program gives a place for that visit to happen safely and neutrally, but it also allows the relationship to continue. When you're a victimized, abused, neglected child, you're in survival mode. Kids Voice is here to give these children the tools and their families the tools to put priorities back in line with how do we take care of these children and make sure they have a safe and productive home life.
The children supported by Kids Voice are not bound by any social, economic, or ethnic label. These children in need come from every walk of life. They live in the smallest apartments and the biggest mansions. Kids Voice reaches out all across Indiana, providing the services needed to make sure that fear or uncertainty is no longer the focus of their childhood. We do this because it is our responsibility as a human community. We know this because we were all children once.
That's the great thing about Kids Voice. It's not just another job. Everyone who works there and is involved as a volunteer is doing it because of some sort of passion or connection. And it's a great feeling to know that every day you're doing something to help make life a little bit better for someone else.
Well, Kids Voice is a wonderful program, and the staff here, the small core group of people that do this day in and day out are essential. And many people wear many different hats here. None of us are an island unto ourselves. And so our willing to pitch in and help each other out is really key. But for that, I don't know that we would be as successful.
I feel blessed to have this job, and I think that I can't be prouder of the work that Kids Voice does. And it's to be able to give a child a voice and tell things from the child's point of view in these proceedings is just so important, and I think so helpful to the judge.
I've come from a family where I've seen 2 divorces myself, and Kids Voice wasn't around at that time. The services weren't around. So when you're a child that's come from that survival mode and you understand what destructiveness that does to your family, you want nothing more than to see these tools provided to other families.
Our children are our future, and children who are in a stable home where their needs are met and they're free from abuse, neglect, and endangerment due to drugs and alcohol can do a better job of being productive adults and forming a significant, giving part of society instead of being adults who need to be cared for by the state or private charities because they lost their opportunity to become successful.
I am the child. You hold in your hand my destiny. You determine largely whether I shall succeed or fail. Give me, I pray you, those things that make for happiness. Train me, I beg you, that I may be a blessing to the world.